So I just thought it might be useful to give you a really clear sort of visual of why it's a good idea for a woman not to be lying flat on her back in labour, if at all possible. And when I show you these things, it's so simple and it's so obvious, but quite often, until these things are sort of pointed out to us, it doesn't really occur to us. And I always notice in all my antenatal sessions that this is a bit of a light bulb moment for mums and dads. So here's my pelvis. Well, not my pelvis, but a pelvis, a woman's pelvis. Okay. So this woman is standing up. If I turn it sideways, I'll just show, this is the pubic bone. These are the hips where my hands are here. And at the back here, this bit here that's moving, it moves like that. Can you see? That's her coccyx. Okay. So this can move, this bit here, this tailbone, coccyx, whatever you want to call it, can move to allow up to 30% more space for a baby's head to move through during birth. So if you think, if I put her there so that she's lying on her back, okay, what happens to the movement of this pelvis? You can see it's got nowhere, it can't move anywhere because it's been blocked, it's stopped, okay. So already we're reducing the amount of room there is for the baby's head to move down and come through, pass through the pelvis. If she stands up and leans forward, she has all of that mobility in her coccyx, okay. And something else I'm going to show you, I'm just going to put this down for a moment and get this out. Now this is no part of a woman's body at all. This is just a tumble dryer hose. But what I'm going to do is show you, if I put this through here, just to show you the direction that the baby has to take if a woman is lying on her back. So if she's lying on her back, there's that. You can see that curve, okay? If she then stands up and leans forward, what happens to that curve? Okay, it disappears. So there's a straighter passage, all right? So when the woman's like this on her back, it's almost like the baby's head has to do kind of like a Wellington boot movement. So it's a down and up, okay? But if she stands upright and leans forward, so upright, forward and open is what I try and get parents to remember. So UFO stands for upright, forward and open. Then you can see that curve disappears. Also, then of course she's working with gravity as well. And another good thing about being upright is if we imagine, so this is an ideal position for a baby to be in, and imagine that my fist is the cervix. And what happens is, as the baby puts pressure on the cervix, okay, which is caused from the contractions pushing the baby down, the baby puts pressure on the cervix, and that creates and produces more oxytocin, which is the hormone that's needed to cause contractions. So if a woman is upright, you've got contractions putting pressure on the cervix, which causes more contractions, more pressure. So you've got a kind of a positive loop thing going on.